Karin Kurosaki meets Toshiro Hitsugaya when she is playing soccer in the streets. Karin discovers that older students are using a soccer field for practice during a time slot that her team had booked. After a confrontation, the two teams decide to have a soccer match for control of the field. Karin asks Hitsugaya to join, but he refuses. However, he notes that she can see hollows and goes to the match. In the match, Karin injures her knee, prompting Hitsugaya to enter the game to help her. After the game is over, a hollow enters the area, and Hitsugaya easily defeats it. Realizing that Hitsugaya is a Soul Reaper, Karin questions Hitsugaya about her brother, Ichigo Kurosaki, and Hitsugaya assuages her fears concerning Ichigo's location. Keigo Asano's sister, Mizuho, asks Ikkaku Madarame to help train a group of Kendo students at his school. Ikkaku's brutal training causes most of the team to quit, except for a boy named Shinji, who is dedicated to become stronger. To recruit more team members, Ikkaku asks his fellow Soul Reapers Hitsugaya and Renji Abarai to participate in the Kendo tournament. The Soul Reapers easily defeat their opponents. However, a hollow appears nearby, forcing them to leave in order to fight it. Shinji fights the final opponent in the tournament and manages to defeat him as Ikkaku kills the hollow. Ikkaku, enraged at having missed an opportunity to fight, proceeds to attack the entire opposing team on his own. 12th Division Soul Reaper Rin Tsubokura is sent to Karakura town to conduct research, and Hanataro Yamada accompanies him as an escort. Yumichika Ayasegawa, one of the Soul Reapers based in the real world, is assigned as their guide. While Rin searches for sweets to purchase, they encounter the ghost of a chef who wants the 3 Soul Reapers to bake a cake for his mother. Upon delivering the cake, however, the chef's mother refuses to eat it because it reminds her of her son, causing the chef to begin transforming into a hollow. Attracted by the chef's transformation, a Menos Grande arrives, and Hanataro is able to both stop the chef's transformation and defeat the Menos Grande with the Shikai of his Zanpakuto. Using a device, Rin makes the chef visible to his mother, and he convinces her to eat the cake. After encountering Rangiku Matsumoto, Kon rescues a girl named Miyuki from drowning. In the process, however, Kon is swapped with Shintaro, the girl's stuffed animal. Kon attempts to talk to Miyuki, who requests that Kon play with her, as she has no friends outside her house. Kon asks her to bring him to her old house, where Kon learns that Shintaro is the name of her old dog, and a 2-headed dog hollow attacks them. Rangiku kills the hollow, which is revealed to be Shintaro's soul, along with a Doberman Pinscher's soul, which combined with it to make the hollow. Afterwards, Kon insists that Miyuki stop relying on him and make friends of her own. In Hueco Mundo, an Arrancar named Patros and his 2 subordinates steal the Orb of Distortion and kill Espada Ulquiorra Schiffer in the process. Unwilling to continue taking orders from former Soul Reaper Sosuke Aizen, Patros wishes to use the Orb of Distortion to take control of Las Noches. To this end, he heads for the shop of Kisuke Urahara, as he believes someone in the shop knows how to use the orb. Patros begins to fight Renji, who is staying at Urahara's shop. Meanwhile, the other Soul Reapers fight Patros's subordinates. As the 2 sides battle, Ulquiorra appears in the real world with no signs of his previous injuries. In Hueco Mundo, Ulquiorra's staged death and the theft of the Orb of Distortion are revealed to be a ploy by Aizen, engineered using his illusion-casting Zanpakuto. In the real world, Patros's subordinates are defeated, and Renji uses his Bankai, forcing Patros to release his Zanpakuto. Patros begins to overwhelm Renji and reveals the secret of his attacks to the modified soul Lirin. Lirin, Kurodo, and Noba prevent Patros from using his attacks, and Renji defeats him. Meanwhile, Ulquiorra delivers a report to Aizen, noting that Orihime Inoue is currently not in the real world. In Hueco Mundo, Aizen creates the Arrancar Wonderweiss Margera with the Orb of Distortion, and Aizen tasks Ulquiorra with gathering Arrancars for a mission. Meanwhile, Ichigo's training with the Vizards has enabled him to use his hollow mask for 11 seconds. In Soul Society, Soul Reapers Jushiro Ukitake and Shuhei Hisagi observe Orihime and Rukia Kuchiki, who are training for the Winter War with Aizen. In the real world, Yumichika and Rangiku are training in an attempt to achieve Bankai when the Arrancar's Lupi Antenor, Grimmjow Jaegerjaquez, Yammy Rialgo, and Wonderweiss attack. Ichigo encounters Grimmjow and uses his Bankai. In the training room beneath the Urahara shop, Urahara prepares to leave to enter the battle. Ichigo dons his hollow mask and overwhelms Grimmjow with his enhanced power. However, Ichigo is unable to defeat Grimmjow in his 11-second limit, and Grimmjow takes the advantage. Meanwhile, Hitsugaya battles Yammy, and Lupi demands that Yammy retreat so he can fight all the Soul Reapers present. Lupi releases his Zanpakuto, sprouting 8 tentacles from his back, and after knocking Hitsugaya into the ground, captures all of the Soul Reapers. Before he can dispatch Rangiku, Urahara arrives, cutting one of his tentacles, and begins to fight Yammy. In Soul Society, as Orihime crosses into the real world, Ulquiorra attacks her. He severely injures her Soul Reaper guards and demands that she leave with him or he will kill all her friends. As the battle with Lupi continues, Hitsugaya uses a sneak attack with his Bankai and defeats Lupi. Meanwhile, Urahara dodges Yammy's attacks using one of his inventions and subsequently nullifies all of them. Grimmjow nearly kills Ichigo but is saved by Rukia. She is nearly killed, but Shinji Hirako saves her. Grimmjow begins to battle Hirako, and after Hirako dons his hollow mask, he overwhelms Grimmjow. As Grimmjow prepares to release his Zanpakuto, Ulquiorra stops him and orders all the Arrancars to return to Hueco Mundo, as Orihime agreed to accompany him. Ulquiorra gives Orihime 12 hours to say goodbye to one person, and provides her with a bracelet that makes her invisible. Orihime travels through Karakura town, watching her friends from a distance. She then visits Ichigo, who is recovering from the injuries Grimmjow inflicted on him. She makes a confession of her love to the sleeping Ichigo. She almost kisses him, but cannot bring herself to do it. Before leaving the real world, she writes a line in a notebook, "Goodbye, halcyon days." Tatsuki discovers that Orihime is missing following the attack by the Arrancars. Because she had time to heal Ichigo before departing, Captain Genryusai Shigekuni Yamamoto assumes that she is a traitor who left of her own volition and refuses any attempts to rescue her. Meanwhile, Tatsuki Arisawa questions Ichigo concerning Orihime's disappearance, and Ichigo tells her that it is none of her concern. Ichigo, unwilling to abandon Orihime, turns to Urahara for help and is joined by Uryu Ishida and Yasutora Chad Sado. After being brought before Aizen, Orihime is asked to demonstrate her power by restoring Grimmjow's arm. After doing so, Grimmjow asks her to restore his tattoo. Following this, he kills Lupi to regain his rank among the Espadas. Although she is worried that her actions will only cause more fighting, Orihime resolves to make herself useful until the Soul Society has prepared for the upcoming war. In the real world, Isshin Kurosaki meets with Ryuka and Ishida in the training chamber underneath the latter's hospital, where they discuss how they raised their respective sons. After arriving in Hueco Mundo, Ichigo, Uryu, and Chad traverse the halls of an unknown structure. After setting off several traps, they are greeted by Demora and Isaringer, 2 Arrancar under Aizen's command. Uryu and Chad insist that Ichigo watch them fight, and they overpower the Arrancars, showing their new abilities in the process. With the 2 Arrancars defeated, the room collapses, forcing Ichigo, Uryu, and Chad to escape outside. Upon seeing Las Noches, they begin running towards it, impeded by the various natural hazards of the desert. Meanwhile, Aizen gathers the Espadas to inform them of the intrusion, stressing that the intruders are not to be underestimated, but not to be considered an immediate threat. In the desert, Ichigo, Uryu, and Chad encounter 3 hollows chasing a human child and decide to help the child. Ichigo learns that the human child is an Arrancar named Neliel II Oderschwank. The three hollows are her brothers Pesce Guatice and Dondachaka Bilstein and their pet Bawabawa. Afterwards, a hollow named Lunuganga attacks the group, and they are unable to harm him because his body is made of sand. They are saved by Renji and Rukia, who freezes Lunuganga with her Shikai. Nell offers to take the whole group to Las Noches. Before they can reach Las Noches, Lunuganga rises from the sands again. Lunuganga sinks the group beneath the sands, and Rukia is separated from the group. Nell explains that they are in the forest of Menos, where most hollows reside. As they begin to fight the hollows around them, Rukia attempts to fight the hollows attacking her. She is rescued by Soul Reaper Ashido Kano, who attacks her after dispatching all of the hollows. Meanwhile, Nell, Pesce, and Dondachaka are kidnapped by a hollow during an attack. Ashido reveals that his attack was a test of her strength, and he decides to take her back to her friends. Along the way, he relates his past to Rukia, explaining that he was part of a unit which hunts hollows that inadvertently came to Hueco Mundo. They are attacked by an Ajuchas. Meanwhile, Nell and her friends are held captive by the other Ajuchas, and Ichigo, Uryu, Chad, and Renji are searching the area for them. Rukia and Ashido easily destroy the first Ajuchas, and another Ajuchas prepares up an ambush in which Ashido is hit while trying to protect Rukia. Ashido's mask absorbs the brunt of the attack of the Ajuchas, and Rukia kills the Ajuchas. Meanwhile, Ichigo and the others locate Nell and are led into an ambush. However, they defeat all of the hollows present. Elsewhere, Rukia and Ashido defeat another Ajuchas, and everyone is subsequently reunited. As Ashido attempts to lead them out of the forest, an attack by one of the remaining Ajuchas collapses the passage. Ashido leaves to fight the Ajuchas as the rest of the group returns to the surface. As she leaves, Rukia promises to return for him. In Las Noches, Ulquiorra informs Orihime that her friends have mounted a rescue. After breaking into Las Noches and finding themselves at a five-way fork, Ichigo's group splits up and each takes one path. When Nell chases after Ichigo, Pesce and Dondachaka forget the direction she took and travel down different paths. Meanwhile, Ulquiorra makes Orihime swear her loyalty to Aizen. Afterwards, he explains to Espada Neutra Gilga the psychological traps Aizen created to ensure that Orihime does not have the will to resist. However, Orihime quietly resolves to destroy the Orb of Distortion by erasing its existence, an act that would derail all of Aizen's plans. Ichigo and Nell encounter the Privaron Espada Dordoni Alessandro del Soccaccio, and Ichigo begins to battle him. Uryu and Chad each encounter an Arrancar, and former Soul Reaper captains Gin Ichimaru and Kaname Tosen observe the battles through the surveillance system in Las Noches. Although Ichigo and Dordoni fight evenly, Dordoni gains the upper hand by releasing his Zanpakuto.